Greetings, salutations, respect, and love. I am a hatless Scott. Yeah, and you guys have wandered onto the Prague Corner where today I'm giving you my thoughts about the UK. Yeah, what I really think about the United Kingdom being an American, a loud-mouthed American, talking about that most British of all art forms, prog rock. You got to accommodate and somehow account for England and the United Kingdom as a whole. Yeah, I have been accused of not being too kindly to the UK, and I think some of that might have stemmed from my little feud with Andy Edwards, where it kind of became like a UK versus US kind of thing. It was all manufactured, but some of the hard feelings might still be there, so I wanted to shoot a video and tell you guys exactly how I feel about the United Kingdom. Yeah, has nothing to do with Andy Edwards, that's for sure. Yeah, 8 of my top 10 bands are from the UK, right? I've got Rush and I've got Kansas, and all the rest of them are from the UK. So clearly this boy has loved British music for a long, long time, even though, you know, I love my Ameriprog. I love my continental European prog, my French stuff, and especially the Italian stuff. And of course, Scandinavia has just been ruling the prog universe lately, Norway and Sweden. But you know, England was first, man. England was the one that got everything rolling. Yeah, rock and roll might have been an American thing, but let's be honest, without the Beatles, I wouldn't care about rock and roll. Without the Stones, without the Who, without the Kinks, without Deep Purple, I wouldn't care about rock and roll at all, not one little bit. All those bands were absolutely integral to creating interest in this little kid, right? I grew up on the Beatles, man. You know, they were my first love was the Beatles. So yeah, obviously I'm going to have an appreciation for what the Brits were doing. And then we get to, year zero of the Prague era, 1969. And yeah, all bets are off because all the amazing stuff that was going on in the UK, just absolutely insane, brother. Yes, Genesis, King Crimson, Emerson, Lake and Palmer, on it goes, Vandergraaf Generator. The list is almost endless of great, amazing, spectacular bands. But, you know, there's still some good bands coming out of the UK, all right? It's not all Norway and Sweden and Italy. I mean, we've got bands like Life Signs. We've got bands like Jadis, IQ, Marillion, Comedy of Errors. Yeah, Scotland's part of the UK. Why not? Drifting Sun, even though Pat's a Frenchman. We won't hold that against him. Big Train. That's a pretty international group now with Nick DiVirgilio from the US and Ricard from Sweden and Oscar from Norway. But yeah, whatever. They were formed in the UK. I Am the Manic Whale. Oh, phenomenal, sensational band Michael Whiteman's got going on there. Steven Wilson is from the UK. Yeah, let's not forget about him. The godfather of prog right now. Capricar's Constant. One of my favorite new bands. 3 albums, 3 masterpieces. Return to the Earth. Oh, Robin Peachy and his crew. Fantastic. Age of Distraction. John Cook and his crew. Ghost from the Machine and Solstice. Those last 2 I mentioned just got signed by Mark and his progrock.com Essentials label. So congratulations to Ghost from the Machine and Solstice. 2 bands that don't get enough love here on this side of the Atlantic, but we're going to be taking care of that because I'm a big fan, and I am a Charlie Bromold fan, 100%. So yeah, Andy Glass, I like him too. But yeah, so there's still some great stuff happening in the prog rock scene in the UK, not least of which is the amazing work that Jerry Ewing does over there at Prog Magazine, which I get every single month religiously. Thank you, Jerry, for all the hard work you and your crew do over there. Yeah, it's a little UK-centric, but it's a UK magazine, so, you know, I understand and I respect it. And honestly, since I've been doing this channel, I completely understand why you never put, you know, modern or more obscure bands on the cover, because just like doing episodes on YouTube, if it doesn't have Yes or Genesis or King Crimson in the title, it probably won't get a lot of views, but who cares, you know? I'm just going to talk about what I want to talk about. My hair is looking really crazy today. And maybe I need a haircut, who knows? But, you know, as far as the UK goes, The Industrial Revolution began there in 1750, and it changed the world. A few years later, we got our independence from y'all. Thank you, France, because without the help of France, that wouldn't have happened. You guys had the wisdom to abolish slavery way before we did in the United States. So thank you for that. In fact, it was pressure from the UK on Abraham Lincoln that caused him to sign the Emancipation Proclamation, because without the support of England and France and Europe, the North had no chance. The South had some momentum going, so they had to do it. That's the real story of the Emancipation Proclamation, boys and girls. That is all because of the UK. Thank you for that. World War I. Thank you for fighting off the Kaiser and all that. We came in late, but we kind of saved the day at the end. And then World War II, man. It was little old England against the entire world, as America was kind of taking a back seat and, not really sure what to do. Our instinct as a nation is to kind of recoil and circle the wagons. We're not truly isolationists, but that American exceptionalism kicks in and we think, well, we're above that fray, but thank you for holding off Adolf Hitler for a few years before, Japan did the infinitely stupid thing of attacking Pearl Harbor, and we got into the war, and that was that. And after that, the special relationship had been forged. Even though, you think about American ascendancy happening after World War II, the fact is that by 1890, the U.S. economy had surpassed England or the U.K.'s as the number one economy in the world. So it was a long time coming. Anybody paying attention saw what was happening in the U.S. and the special relationship. Hey, have you ever noticed that the word relationship is changing right before our eyes? Nobody's pronouncing it as 4 syllables anymore. Watch reality TV, man. Watch The Bachelor or Love Island or whatever. It's relationship. It's 3 syllables now. And that's one of the things I love about the English language. So thank you, England, for that. The English language is, not only the lingua franca of the entire world right now, but it is different than other lingua francas of the past, like Latin and French, which were very strict, right? There is one way to speak French. They even have like a ministry in their government to defend and protect the Frenchness of the French language. England, and the US and Australia and all the English-speaking countries have created this thing where English is like alive, man. It changes every day. You hear it. Like I said, I'm actually witnessing in real time the word relationship changing how it's being pronounced. It doesn't take long anymore with the internet and the globalization and whatnot. And English is the perfect language for that because we allow all that crazy stuff. It is not set in stone. It is not static. English is the most dynamic language in the world, and we accept all kinds of new words and phrases and stuff like that. I lived in Miami for 20 years, so I had to deal with all that Spanglish stuff and just how incredibly elastic the English language is. So thank you for the English language, and also thank you for Shakespeare, man. Yeah, those 37 plays, probably the 37 best things I've ever read in my life. Absolutely. Huge Shakespeare guy. So yeah, I will be ranking the plays of William Shakespeare before too long. And then you guys got better accents than us too, right? We've got a lot of accents. United States is a huge country, so you've got your Texas accent, and you got your deep South accent, your Boston accent, and your New York accent, and your Cajun accent, and your Midwest accent. Wait, us Midwesterners, we don't have an accent. We speak it correctly. The California thing, the New Orleans Cajun dialect, and it's just crazy. And I mentioned South Florida with the Spanglish. There's so many different ways to speak English in the United States, but none of them sound as good as y'all's accents, man. The UK has the best accents in the world. Irish, Scottish, Welsh, you got all those, York and Lancastershire and all, every place you go in the UK is like they have their own way of speaking. Birmingham and Manchester, they all got their own accents. I guess if you live over there, you can listen to how somebody talks and think, oh, you're from London. It all sounds like British to me. I have no idea, but it's cool. I love your accents. I really, really do. The politics in the UK are about as wonky as they are here in the US. So the less said about that, the better probably. But I have been invited to the UK for the Prague for Peart concert in July in Oxfordshire. So, if I get my act together, I will actually be visiting the UK, making my pilgrimage. I need to go to Stratford-upon-Avon. It's kind of like a bucket list thing. I've always wanted to see it. See where one of the most compelling pieces of evidence that God exists happened on Stratford-upon-Avon back there in the late 16th century, early 17th century, because, Shakespeare was the best, obviously. Prog rock is the best, obviously. I'm not wearing my hat today, which is kind of freaking me out, right? Because I keep doing this. Anyway, I think this is going to be a series going forward, what I really think about, and just, hit record and just start talking about a subject. I think my next target has to be Rick Beato. What I really think about Rick Beato. So that'll be next week. Probably, who knows? I have no idea what I'm doing here half the time, but that's half the fun of it anyway. We are coming back with the Sunday live prog stream. Absolutely we are. It's going to be this Sunday at 11 o'clock a.m., which I guess for you people in the UK, that works out to 1600 British Standard Time. So check in there. We're going to be talking about what bands do after they create their masterpiece. So after the masterpiece, the difficult follow-up. And I'm thinking about albums like Tales from Topographic Oceans and Lamb Lies Down on Broadway, albums that came out after what a lot of people consider to be the peak of a band's discography, and how that band, dealt with the relative success. It's a topic that interests me. I don't know if it's going to interest anybody else, but it's something I've been wanting to talk about. But anyway, guys, I love you. Peace in the Middle East. Free the Ukraine. Free Tibet. Free William. God save that king. Oh, yeah, I love the UK. If I'm so worried about King Chucky, I am worried about him. I hear he got the cancer. Oh, he ain't doing so good. We'll bring that boy to America. We got something for him. Oh, yeah, we do. We got a whole lot for him. We got that good doctrine, and we got spells and incantations. And then we're going to lay hands on that boy, make him all well, the healing hands of prayer. And then you know what's going to happen. We're going to drink some poison. Not going to work. Yeah, it doesn't work. It's not going to make the king healthy again. You know what will? Hey, Billy Bob, give me them snakes. Woo, yeah. We're going to dance with them snakes. Oh, that's a big one. Oh, no. Oh, well, we're going to be all right. Them snakes ain't going to bite us. No way, no how. Peace on earth. I love you. See you Sunday.